Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me today on Cryme With Cletus. My name is Adam Malone, and it is currently exactly what time it is. And we got a lot to get to tonight, so we're going to go ahead and get right to it. Our first story of the day, that's right, it's our no shit news of the week. And don't worry, we've read the comments, we know what you people want. You're always saying the same thing. Don't bore us, get to the chorus. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to start today off with Bryan Kohberger. That's right, he made the no shit news of the week. His defense submitted a motion to have his grand jury indictment just thrown away because they think that the burden should be without a reasonable doubt for it. And that's not true at all. With the grand jury indictment, it's simply probable cause, ladies and gentlemen. And it's been that way since the 80s, but his lawyers were trying to go ahead and argue, like, hey, man, can he go home? And the judge said, are you fucking kidding me? No. And that's our no shit news of the week. And while we're on everybody's favorite burger, let's go ahead and talk about what else Judge decided in the trial today. And that's the judge's name. It's Judge John Judge. I'm not stuttering, even though I do that quite frequently. His name is Judge. The second thing brought up by Judge during this hearing was the cameras. And Kohberger walked in wearing a tie that looked like a level of Super Breakout in the Atari 2600. And the reason I know that is because the cameras focus right in on this guy. They have a hard time breaking. In the beginning of the video that was uploaded to YouTube recently of this hearing, the first 2 minutes is just a tight shot on Kohberger's face, and it's being analyzed to death, every macro movement this guy makes. So Judge said he's going to allow cameras, but he's taking tighter control of them, which, to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, he should. All right, our next story, we're going to go ahead and go to Indiana, Delphi. And what's going on in this Richard Allen case is a disaster. Richard Allen is accused of killing Liberty and Abigail, and he's been in prison since November of last year. He's in a maximum security prison, and he shouldn't be there. He should be in jail while he's awaiting trial. They're treating him like shit. Both of his attorneys supposedly were withdrawing from the case because of the crime scene photo leak. But then come to find out, the judge told them to leave. And now they both are saying, no, we're not leaving. And the judge is saying, yeah, the fuck you are. I'm kicking you off the case. Go ahead and strike this motion. It doesn't even exist. And we're going to get you new representation. And his new representation ain't the best. He was talking about the pseudoscience of how when you eject a gun round without firing it, the markings on it, which at times I could see being useful if it was like left an incredibly distinct, unique looking marking on it. But even then, it's not good science. And his now new lawyer screaming, which, give me a fucking break, right? They're going to be in court talking about these children being killed, and they're going to look over, and this guy's name is screaming. They're going to be looking at Richard Allen, thinking about what he did, and thinking about screaming. That's not a good look. Just get that guy right out of here. And they're claiming Richard Allen is going insane. I don't know if that's true or not, because it started about 4 months ago. There's reports, he's eating paper. He smashed his iPad. He made all these confessions. But what they don't tell you is the exact timeline of events. He got his discovery paperwork from his then lawyers, Baldwin and Rosie. He gets his discovery paperwork, freaks out either because of the breadth of it and how airtight of a case they have that he was unaware of. We're not really sure what happened, but he's wetting it down with paper and eating it, because it was the only copy. And there's like this disclaimer, like, this is the only copy you have for lawyers, defendant, experts, everybody, so don't fuck it up. And so he eats it. Give me a break. And then after that, he calls his wife. They have these phone calls where he confesses. He smashes his tablet and is acting crazy. And then they bring in a mental health expert, and they're like, no, he's perfectly fine. And then he quits acting crazy. So there's something going on. It kind of reminds me of the Golden State Killer, how when he found out, he goes into the wheelchair, but he doesn't need the wheelchair, you know what I mean? He's like, his mouth's hanging agape, and he looks like he's gone fucking catatonic, but he hasn't. Kind of a joke like that. And so that's what's going on with Richard Allen. They took his lawyers. His lawyers wanted to come back. The judge said, fuck you, struck him, and get him out of there. Something weird's going on with that judge. Judge Gall, you got to keep your eye on her. Something doesn't sit right with the way she's booting these guys off the case and just making a whole clusterfuck of the deal. I don't like it. Something's not right. All right, next, we have our good friend, lawyer, and professional expert, Joshua Sheffer. And he's going to go ahead and... Oh, sorry, I'm getting a call. I'm sorry. We have to preempt Joshua this evening. there's a story that's more important, so he's just going to have to wait till another week. It just came through my earpiece, and I hate to break this to you guys, but on Friday in North Dakota, there was a kid getting off the school bus, and as they were getting ready to get off the school bus driver hit the family cat right in front of the kids. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry I had to tell you that, but it's the news and you need to know this kind of stuff. Next, we are going to go ahead and explore this Charlie Adelson trial a little bit. They've had a couple of days now, 2 of them, and they've been bizarre. His sister took the stand twice. She's looking incredibly guilty, and so is Charlie. And what's funny is people online with like the Koberger case and with the Delphi case, the 2 we talked about earlier, people really want you to say, they're innocent until proven guilty. You got to give these guys the benefit of the doubt. You don't know. It's just this. It's this. It's hearsay. It's this. Charlie Adelson? Fucking, you don't hear none of that with this guy. Isn't that interesting, ladies and gentlemen? And what else is going on in this case is that Wendy, Charlie Adelson's sister, Wendy, the man she was dating at the time when Dan was shot in his driveway, is their worst enemy because he remembers all the weird shit they said, what was going on the days leading up to Dan's murder, and it makes Wendy look very bad. Very, very bad, ladies and gentlemen. It makes Charlie look like shit, too. And that guy who's up there doing this, he's a LaCase, that's his name, Jeffrey LaCase. He's a good dude. Ladies should keep your eye on him. Ladies and gentlemen, and last but not least, we're going to go ahead and close this off with a story that seemingly pissed everybody off. Julie on Court TV looked like she was about to stand up and flip her desk. There's these 2 kids in Las Vegas. They are currently 16 and 18 years old. I'm not going to mention their names. They don't deserve it. They stole 4 cars in a day. Earlier in the day, they hit somebody, another old man. This guy lived, though. He went to the hospital. He ended up making it. And then after they hit that guy, they got their fucking cell phones out, and they're driving down the road. And the guy in the passenger seat is going, hit him, hit him, hit him. And you see a guy riding his bicycle on the side of the road up ahead. And they just fucking hit him. They just fucking hit this guy. His name was Andy Probst. He's 65 years old. He's a retired police chief out of Las Vegas. From all accounts, he was an upstanding individual, great guy. These 2 kids, they went ahead and had their court date. And holy fuck, these kids are flipping off Andy's family, giving them the old, kind of like the Florida school shooter, the Parkland shooter that was doing the same shit. They're over there giggling, they're covering their face, and Andy's mom, they're over there giggling, making a fucking joke of the scene. So you have Crystal and you have Taylor. Taylor is Andy's daughter. Crystal's his wife. They were both in court. These kids are laughing, treating them like shit, making a joke out of the ordeal because they think because they're young, they're not really going to jail and they're going to be going right home. I don't know what the fuck they're thinking, but they're thinking something stupid. And his daughter was pissed. She was like, these kids are fucking scumbags. They're the worst of the worst. I'm paraphrasing and kind of rephrasing. But she was very sharp-tongued about her criticism of these young men's behavior in the courtroom. Crystal, Andy's wife, conducted herself like a saint. She was reserved. She was classy. She had on his Apple Watch that was busted. One kid, Jesus, the elder of the 2, 18, he's facing a whole litany of charges. He's 18. He's got 18 charges. Isn't that serendipitous? He's got murder, attempted murder, use of a deadly weapon, leaving the scene, numerous larceny and burglary charges. And these kids are in there laughing in the courtroom, acting that disrespectful in front of this guy's family. Fucking unbelievable. And that'll wrap it up today for this week's Real Cryme with Cletus. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Today was a rough one. You go ahead and enjoy your weekend. You deserve it.